इनफैक्ट अभी तो मुझे तो दिल्ली से जो प्रस्ताव मिले हैं, दिल्ली के बहुत सारे ट्रेडर एसोसिएशन आए थे, उनका तो कहना है कि जी सेंटर रखे ही क्यों, क्योंकि व्यापारी हम तो एक ही राज्य में हैं, लेकिन व्यापारी महसूस करता है कि वो अपनी राज्य सरकार के ज़्यादा नज़दीक होता है, उसके अप्स एंड डाउन्स को राज्य सरकार ज़्यादा समझ सकती है। तो उसका मानना है कि राज्य सरकार के कंट्रोल में रहना चाहिए पूरा। मुझे अपने यहाँ से करोल बाग से, नेहरू प्लेस से कई एसोसिएशन से प्रस्ताव मिले कि आप बात रखिए जीएसटी में, तो जब बात आएगी तो मैं रखूँगा इनको।
First of all, today certain technical and procedural issues were cleared, but the big issues are yet to be resolved. For example, IGST, interstate trade, the fact that states have not been given any authority. Those states are the ones who are exporting something, importing something. Even their state GST will be deducted in terms of input tax credit. So that issue has not been discussed today, and we hope to have intense and appropriate discussion in January. Second big issue is, of course, dual control. As you know, the states are very clear with a unanimous decision of the empowered committee that below 1.5 crores, the small saloon person or beauty parlor lady, you cannot have dual control, center and state both getting after them. That matter also has not been discussed today. Among other big issues, many issues have to be re-brought to the GST. For example, on compensation. There were 3 days of discussions earlier on compensation. At that time, the parameters were that there was no demonetization. And it was felt that a few states who have big tax base would perhaps not be able to reach 14% growth in taxes, and therefore will need compensation. Now in the new environment, many more states across political parties feel that they will all need compensation. The middle level states who thought perhaps they will achieve 14% growth, now they feel that 30 to 40% revenue will decline in the third quarter, and fourth quarter may be as bad if not worse. So earlier formulation without demonetization environment was that 55,000 crores perhaps would be necessary to compensate states as per the constitutional amendment as a guarantee, and that will come essentially from cesses. And we were able to even define the kind of cess that would be available primarily on demerit goods and luxury goods, and there's an environmental cess which the center gets independently, put together 55,000 crores in the kitty, which will go towards compensation. That was the atmospherics when these 3 days of discussions took place. Today, atmosphere is completely changed. Almost all states, if not all states, feel that their revenues will drastically fall in quarter 3, drastically fall in quarter 4. So their average revenue for the year is going to be significantly lower. They will need compensation, which they felt earlier many of them would not need compensation. So quantum of compensation is going to be much larger than 55,000.
So what is the estimate, sir?
Therefore, the question is, my own estimate is, it could easily go to 70,000-80,000 crores or more depending on the fourth quarter results. If January, February, March is bad, it could go as much to 80,000-90,000 crores. Now question is, where will the remaining money come from? Because of demonetization, negative impact on everybody, every state's revenue collection.
What was FM's reply to this? Where will this money come from?
This is an issue that has not been closed. There is some thinking to be done on this, and we hope that this will come back to the next, it will have to come back to the GST Council next. The options are very clear. Central government has to find the money. GST Council has to discuss it. This GST Council will then take a call on what can be done. But please remember, if the GST Council consisting of states of India would be naturally most unwilling to raise taxes.
Correct, absolutely.
Because raise state taxes, that is not something that would be healthy for the country. So this matter has remained open, and serious concerns were expressed across political parties, including the ruling party.
Right.
Okay.
States.
Which state from the ruling party has?
I will not give you details because it's a closed door meeting, but I can only tell you that whether ruling party or opposition parties, everybody was on the same page that they are very deeply concerned about their loss of revenue.
Dual control or cross empowerment didn't come in this meeting, and this should be taken up in the next meeting, which is scheduled on 3rd and 4th of January 2017 in the new year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in the new year, with the new spirit, with the new zeal, with the new commitment to implement GST in 2017, we should be able to resolve this.
So, have states renewed their, or the position continues to remain the same, that below 1.5 crore threshold, they want a complete empowerment on both goods and services?
Since there is no discussion on this issue
Okay.
in last 2 days, so there is no change in anyone's position.
Do you see centre trying to bending towards states' demands?
No, because there is no discussion on this so far, so we
No
don't really
informal
know. There is no
discussion
change on the positions of either of the states or the centre.
Right,
Okay.
so when do you hope the laws will come in Parliament, sir? All of the 3 laws?
We hope to. I'm still very optimistic that we should be able to meet the deadline, and we should be able to implement GST in April itself.
Okay.
I'm still very optimistic.